2024, it feels like we just blinked, and here we are again. The political circus is back in town, and the main event is a rematch for the ages. Donald J. Trump versus Kamala Harris. Buckle up, America, because this one promises to be a wild ride. Trump, the comeback kid, the Twitter tornado, the man who needs no introduction, and Harris, the history maker, the picture of progress, the woman who carries the hopes of a nation yearning for something different. It's a clash of ideologies, a battle for the soul of America. This election isn't just about red states versus blue states, it's about two fundamentally different visions for the future. Will it be a return to Trump's Make America Great Again, or a step towards Harris's For the People? One thing is for sure, this election will be one for the history books. So grab your popcorn, folks, because things are about to get interesting. There's a reason why Trump is back for round two. He may be a polarizing figure, but there's no denying his enduring appeal to a significant portion of the American electorate. His base is loyal, passionate, and fired up. They love his no-nonsense style, his disdain for political correctness, his promise to shake things up. They see him as a Washington outsider, a businessman who can get things done, a fighter for the forgotten man and woman. Trump rallies are a spectacle. They're a sea of red hats, a chorus of USA chants, a testament to his ability to connect with a certain segment of America that feels ignored and left behind. But can this fervent base be enough to carry him back to the White House? That's the billion-dollar question. Let's be honest, Trump is a walking, talking controversy magnet. His presidency was a non-stop roller coaster of scandals, investigations, and Twitter tirades. From the Mueller report to the Ukraine scandal to his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, Trump's first term was anything but smooth sailing. And let's not forget his impeachment, not once but twice. The question is, can he move past this baggage? Will voters be willing to overlook the chaos and controversy of his first term? Trump supporters will argue that he's been unfairly targeted by the media and the political establishment. His detractors will say that the scandals are a reflection of his character and his unfitness for office. Only time will tell who's right. Kamala Harris. The name itself is historic. The first female vice president, the first black vice president, the first Asian American vice president. Her very presence in the Oval Office is a testament to how far America has come. But Harris is more than just a symbol. She's a seasoned politician, a former prosecutor, a senator with a reputation for being tough and uncompromising. She's no stranger to the political battlefield. However, her time as vice president hasn't been without its challenges. She's been tasked with tackling some of the most intractable issues facing the country, from immigration to voting rights. And she's faced criticism, some fair, some not, for her handling of these issues. The 2024 election will be a defining moment for Harris. Can she step out of the shadow of the vice presidency and convince America that she's ready to lead the nation? Section 5, the economy, a pivotal battleground. It's the economy, stupid. Bill Clinton's famous mantra still rings true today. The state of the economy is always a key factor in presidential elections, and 2024 will be no exception. Trump will likely point to his pre-pandemic economic record, touting low unemployment rates and a booming stock market. He'll argue that his policies are the best way to get the economy back on track after the turmoil of recent years. Harris, on the other hand, will likely focus on the economic anxieties of working families, highlighting issues like income inequality, healthcare costs, and the rising cost of living. She'll argue that her policies are more focused on helping ordinary Americans get ahead. The economy is a complex issue, and there's no easy answer to the question of who has the right solutions. But one thing is for sure, the candidate who can convince voters that they have the best plan to put money in their pockets and food on their tables will have a major advantage in this election. Section 6, Healthcare, a matter of life and death, and votes, healthcare. It's a perennial hot-button issue in American politics, and it's likely to be front and center in the 2024 election. Trump has made no secret of his desire to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. He's argued that it's a government overreach that's driving up costs and limiting choices for consumers. Harris, on the other hand, is a staunch defender of the Affordable Care Act. She's argued that it's provided millions of Americans with access to affordable health care, and that repealing it would be a disaster. The debate over health care is often heated and emotional. It's about more than just policy. It's about people's lives and their access to quality, affordable healthcare. The candidate who can tap into these emotions and convince voters that they have the best plan to address their healthcare needs will be in a strong position. Section 7. Immigration, a nation divided, immigration. It's an issue that has divided America for decades, and the divisions only seem to be growing wider. Trump's hardline stance on immigration, including his signature border wall, was a defining feature of his presidency. Harris, on the other hand, has taken a more compassionate approach to immigration, emphasizing the need for comprehensive reform that provides a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants. The debate over immigration is often framed as a battle between security and compassion. Trump and his supporters argue that a strong border is necessary to protect national security and prevent illegal immigration. Harris and her supporters argue that America is a nation of immigrants and that we should welcome those seeking a better life. The 2024 election will be another opportunity for voters to decide where they stand on this complex and emotional issue. Section 8. The Supreme Court, a long shadow on the election. The Supreme Court, it's the highest court in the land, the final arbiter of the Constitution, and it's likely to loom large over the 2024 election. Trump's presidency saw the appointment of 3 conservative justices to the Supreme Court, shifting the balance of the court decisively to the right. This has had major implications for a range of issues, from abortion to gun control to voting rights. Harris has been critical of Trump's appointments to the Supreme Court, arguing that they threaten to roll back decades of progress on civil rights and social justice. She's pledged to appoint justices who will uphold Roe v. Wade and protect the rights of all Americans. The Supreme Court is often seen as being above politics, but the reality is that it's deeply intertwined with the political process. The 2024 election will have major consequences for the future of the court and the direction of the country for years to come. Section 9. The power of persuasion campaign strategies compared. Elections are won and lost not just on policy positions, but on the ability to connect with voters on an emotional level. So how do Trump and Harris stack up when it comes to their campaign strategies? Trump is a master showman. He knows how to work a crowd, how to tap into people's anger and frustration, how to make himself the center of attention. His rallies are legendary for their energy and excitement. Harris, on the other hand, is a more traditional politician. She's articulate, intelligent, and well-versed in policy. She's more comfortable giving speeches and participating in debates than holding rallies. Both candidates have their strengths and weaknesses as communicators. Trump's strength is his ability to connect with voters on an emotional level. Harris's strength is her command of policy and her ability to articulate a clear vision for the future. It remains to be seen which approach will prove more effective in the 2024 election. Section 10. The people have spoken, early polls and predictions. It's still early days, but the polls are already suggesting that the 2024 election will be a close one. Trump and Harris are both polling within the margin of error in many key states. Of course, polls are just a snapshot in time. They can be influenced by a variety of factors, from the news cycle to the candidates' campaign activities. It's important to remember that polls are not predictions of the future. They're simply a reflection of public opinion at a particular moment in time. That being said, the early polls do suggest that the 2024 election will be a nail-biter. Both candidates have a path to victory, but it's going to be a long and hard-fought campaign. Section 11. The future is uncertain. A photo finish? So, who will win in 2024? Trump or Harris? The truth is, no one knows for sure. The election is still more than a year away, and a lot can happen between now and then. The economy could boom or bust. A major international crisis could erupt. One of the candidates could be caught in a scandal. Any number of unforeseen events could upend the race. One thing is for sure. The 2024 election will be one of the most consequential in American history. The stakes are high, the passions are intense, and the outcome is uncertain. Fasten your seatbelts, America, because it's going to be a bumpy ride.